Hey everybody, this is Braden92 here, bringing you another Rebel Recommendations. Now, I was going to talk about another series that I'd mentioned in my previous one that I started reading simply because of the author, and that many of you guys would have known as well. But the one that I want to talk to you today about is simply I'm finding I'm just enjoying way too much. And that series today that I want to talk to you about is, forgive me if I get the name wrong, but it is a series called Poputepipikku. And it is a series about basically nothing. There is no plot, there is no story, there is no nothing. Which might make you ask, well, why the hell would I want to read something like that? Well, my answer to that is, if you like hyperdimension, which is what I'm wearing, by the way, I'm wearing my hyperdimension shirt. If you like hyperdimension, this is pretty much a cheap knockoff, in a sense, in the fact that it is nothing really but making references and jokes and everything, just poking jabs at everything. It's basically two little sisters, a little blonde one and a tall one with dark hair. They're both 14 years old, and it's literally nothing but little skits throughout the entire manga. Think of it like your little animes with 3-minute episodes, and that's about it. And that's what this series is. Like no manga really has to do with one another. Like the chapters, I mean, they have no real connection to one another, but they're just random funny nonsense through the entire part of the series that I've read so far, and it seems to actually come out almost daily. I was reading chapter 9 there, and then a few hours later chapter 10 came out, and just this morning chapter 11 came out. As you probably saw from the cover there, the art style is very simplistic. He doesn't try and put really any huge effort into it, but that just goes into the simplicity of it. It's just supposed to be a silly, stupid, funny manga that just makes you laugh. I have noticed, though, that some of the jokes are over. They're targeted towards certain people. I was reading a few of the chapters, and about 3/4 of the chapters jokes, I was just like, okay, I don't get it. But this last chapter, I got about 3/4 of the jokes, and I was laughing my ass off. Like the one chapter there, I swear to God, I laughed my ass off, because I swear to God, it was a jab at the bullshit copyright system crap that has been going on with YouTube lately. Because the one little blonde chick, who is fucking vicious, by the way, the shit she does, she's doing this little dance that I guess is also a reference to stuff they do in Japan. And on the last panel, it says she's in prison, and it says she's arrested for YouTube crimes. And I had to laugh my ass off, because I could be wrong, but with all the shit that YouTube has been pulling these last few months, I swear to God that is a jab at YouTube, because it seems we get dinged for whatever we put up here and get punished for it. So, I don't know, I could be wrong, but I had to laugh at that just because of what's been going on, and that's my take. But maybe there's an underlying joke there that has a different meaning to you guys if you decide to check this out. And that's pretty much what this entire series is about. They make fun of ghost stories there, like Bloody Mary there in the last chapter, which was fucking hilarious as well. Apparently, the little blonde chick is scarier than Mary. They make fun of Transformers, like freaking they had one making fun of Starscream and his betraying Megatron all the time. They had one, like I said, the YouTube one, or at least my interpretation, and just a whole bunch of really funny little, just lighthearted jokes. But like I said, some of them will be beyond you unless you like really, really closely follow like all sorts of things. Some of them will probably go over your head, and you probably won't get a laugh out of them because you won't understand the joke. But I'll guarantee you that at least one or two of the jokes in each chapter will probably get a laugh out of you. And even if you don't really understand the joke, just the way he does the animations and his drawings, even that's enough to get you a bit of a chuckle, because of the cuteness of the characters. And it was just a random one that I came across, and like as you saw there, the cover giving the big fuck you to you, and just on the cover is like, oh, okay, I've scrolled past it, but this has piqued my interest. I've got to check it out, and yeah, I was hooked on it. So I'm following it now. I've added it to my favorites, and if I'm having a bad day, I'm like, you know what, this series can definitely pick me up. It's really, like I said, it's on my recommendations list. So obviously, it's one I would definitely recommend if you just need just a little pick me up for some stupid laughs, just nonsense humor, whether you understand the jokes or not. To just give it a try in the very least. So unfortunately, I can't think of the guy's name right now. I just kind of clicked on the title and started reading. I didn't pay attention to the author's name, so I can't say what other series he's done, like I did with Anihime Verse. But I could probably take a look there and maybe see more of his works, and then maybe later on in future episodes of Rebel Recommendations, I can suggest more of his works. But as of right now, I only know this one. There's another one that I came across earlier, but unfortunately I skipped past it because I started getting into this one. Seems to now with the new ones that have just recently come out, it's backlogged. So I'm gonna try and find that one, see if that one's any good. Kind of from the synopsis sounds a little bit like Rosario Vampire, but I don't know. If I can find it, I'll read into it. If I think it's any good, I'll post it up on here and let you guys decide. If not, then I won't bother. There's hundreds of manga out there, thousands, millions, but we'll see if and when I can find it. But yeah, so that's what this one is about. It's just nothing but straight up, no plot humor. It's just like your newspaper comics is what this is. That's the best way to describe it. Just newspaper comics in manga form. That is pretty much made daily. And in fact, I may even check later today and see if another one comes out, which I'm kind of hoping it does, because it really does give me some laughs. But yeah, so that is this episode, a little bit shorter than the last one, but there's not too much to go into detail on this one. It's pretty cut and paste, no plot, nothing really serious about it, just random comic strips. That's pretty much all this one is. But I'd still recommend it just for the simple humor of it. But yeah, so I would definitely check out Poputepipikku, and if you can't remember that name, it's just called Pop Team Epic for the English name. And if you can't even remember that, don't worry, because I will leave a link in the description below for you. That way you can find the manga there, whether you can remember the name or not. So yeah, that is this episode of Rebels Recommendations. I hope you enjoy the manga if you decide to check it out. But until then, this is Braden92 signing off. Keep enjoying anime. Anime for life.